Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, this morning we are going to look at verse 65 and verse 66 of Suratul Baqarah. And it's a very interesting story of the people who were turned into monkeys. You will have heard the story before, but this is the time for the TEFSIR. The TEFSIR is the TEFSIR of Quran, chapter 2, verse 65 and verse 66. So let us read together. May Allah reward you all as we read the Quran together. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْتُمُ الَّذِينَ اعْتَدَوْا مِنْكُمْ فِي السَّبْتِ فَقُلْنَا لَهُمْ كُونُوا قِرَدَةً خَاسِئِينَ فَجَعَلْنَاهَا نَكَالًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهَا وَمَا خَلْفَهَا وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Allah says, and indeed you knew those among you who transgressed in the matter of the Sabbath, the matter of Saturday. We said to them, be you monkeys, despised and rejected. So we made this punishment an example for those in front, that is those who witnessed it, and those who are around them, and a lesson for those who were pious. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us of the story of a particular village that is located very close to a river, just to tell us what it means when Allah gives us His commandments and why we must hold it with a lot of sacredness. If Allah says, don't do this, why we must not do it? Allah is giving us the story of those who transgressed before us. That these people, they live by the riverside. And they were given an instruction to prove that all powers belong to Allah. As far as the fishes in the ocean, Allah says, for you to even know that the power, that all powers belong to Allah, Allah wants to prove it. So that when you go to the river and then you are able to get fishes and then you forget to know that the power belongs to Allah. Allah is the creator of the fish. Allah brings them in his abundance, and Allah has the power to stop them from coming up. So Allah says, okay, the rule we are going to give you is you can go fishing from Monday to Friday. In fact, from Sunday to Friday. You can go fishing. Go and get as many fishes as possible that you want from the river. But do not go fishing on Saturday. That is the instruction. Do not go to the river for the purpose of fishing on Saturday. You are not allowed to touch any fish on Saturday, but you can get as many fishes as you want from Sunday to Monday. Different types of fishes. But you know what? With the power of Allah, no single fish will appear from Sunday to Monday. Allahu Akbar. From Sunday to Friday. From Sunday to Friday, no single fish will appear. They will put their nets, they will put their rope, they will not be able to get. But on Saturday, you will see the fish in abundance. Allahu Akbar. So look at the instruction given to them. In fact, you will find this story in Quran chapter 7, Suratul Araf, verse 163. So you see the Quran explaining the Quran. Go to Suratul Araf, Quran chapter 7, verse 163. You find this story well explained. Allah says, وَاسْأَلُهُمْ عَنِ الْقَرْيَةِ الَّتِي كَانَتْ حَاضِرَةَ الْبَحْرِ ask them, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about the town that was by the sea. Is yaduna fi sabt, when they transgressed in the matter of Saturday. And what happened to them is tatihim hitanuhum yawma sabtihim, when the fish, they came in abundance openly on Saturday. But what happened? Shura'an wa yawma la yasbituna la tatihim, and all other days there will be no fish. You know, Allah is saying kazalika, this is exactly nabluhum bima kanu yafsukun. This is how Allah gives us trials. Allah will test us with what people did with their disobedience. It was a trial for them. You know what they did? They plotted. When they saw that there were no fishes, no single fish on all other days except Saturday. So what did they do? They plotted. So they put their ropes and their nets in the river on Friday night. You know, the instruction is that we should not fish on Saturday. Okay, we will not go fishing on Saturday. But it is on Saturdays that the fishes come. Okay, we will not fish on Saturday. He has allowed us to fish on all other days except Saturday. Okay, so by Friday night, they put their nets, they put their ropes. So, you know, and as you can predict, the ropes and the nets will get as much fishes as possible. They will not collect them on Saturday. On Sunday, they will now come and collect them. Allah Akbar. So, have they not violated the laws of Allah? Eventually, it means that they have taken the fishes on Saturday. Because by putting your rope and your net on Friday night, coming to collect it on Sunday shows that you have gone fishing on Saturday. Because of that, what did Allah do? Allah changed them from human beings to monkeys. In fact, in another tradition, the young ones were changed to monkeys while the elderly ones were changed to swines. So, now when they became despised, rejected, you know, there is a way we think that we can circumvent the covenant of Allah. When Allah has given us, for example, if Allah says, do not commit zina, for instance, do not commit adultery, then you see situations that will present itself. Then something inside you will be saying, well, if it is not the wish of Allah, it will not be possible. It is your wish, not the wish of Allah. You must be resolved, determined enough to ensure that you obey Allah. Because at all times when you disobey Allah, you become despised. You become humiliated. So, whenever Allah gives us His rules, and in fact, that's why you see, they appear as if they were obeying Allah. Meanwhile, they were disobeying Allah. That's why, as monkeys, they appear like human beings. Meanwhile, they are not human beings. Let me take that again. Each time you appear as if you are obeying Allah. Meanwhile, you are a disobedient servant. That is the position of the monkey. It appears like a human being, but you know that this is an animal. That's how it has been explained. For us to know that, that's why Allah says, I want you know about the story of those who rejected Allah, who rejected the laws of Allah in the day of Saturday, in the matter of Saturday. Deliberately, Allah can do anything. Allah can make them fish, successfully, collect a lot of fishes successfully, on all other days. You can get as many fish as possible on all other days. But deliberately, He has decreed that no single fish will appear. And now for you to know that all powers belong to Allah, you get them easily on Saturday. He now says it is that Saturday that none of you should go fishing. So what is the outcome? They circumvented it. They tried their best to go around it to disobey Allah. And eventually Allah says, turn to monkeys, despised. Now you want to ask, is that the origin of the monkeys that we see? No, that's not the origin of the monkey. The monkeys were created as animals among all other animals. In fact, this set of monkeys we are talking about, and apes, they spent only 3 days in this world, and they did not give birth to any. In fact, they died after 3 days. So do not see any monkey now as a continuation of that generation. It was a punishment. They were turned into monkeys, and they all died after 3 days. The lesson from this is that whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us his clear proofs, his laws, is there in the Quran, do not go about violating it, because you will always come back to regret ever doing it. Have you not asked yourself on several occasions the outcome of disobedience? It has always been ignominy. It has always been disgrace and humiliation. It has always been, causes for regrets. And let us try our best to learn from this story that nobody disobeys Allah except that the person meets with humiliation. So let's take the verse again. Allah says, وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْتُمُ الَّذِينَ تَدَوْا مِنْكُمْ فِي السَّبْتِ. You remember those who transgressed in respect of Saturday. فَقُلْنَا لَهُمْ كُونُوا كِرَادَةً خَاسِئِينَ. We said to them, become apes, become monkeys, rejected, despised. فَجَعَلْنَاهَا نَكَالًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهَا. We have used this as a lesson for those who witnessed it. وَمَا خَلْفَهَا. And those who come before them, around them, or those who hear about it. Anybody who rejects the words of Allah, or those around them. وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. And it is also a great admonition for those of you who fear Allah. So let us always remain steadfast. You have the story now. Quran chapter 2 verse 65, 66, those who turn to monkeys. So anybody who says that our creation started from monkeys, tell them you are wrong. We started from Adam. Animals were created as animals. Monkeys were created as monkeys. But there was a generation who were given the covenant, the commandment, never to go fishing on Saturday. They disobeyed Allah. They tried to circumvent it. And eventually they were turned to monkeys. But that generation did not last. After they were turned to monkeys, they did not last for more than 3 days. May Allah bless you as you create time regularly to learn about the words of Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.